Well, what can I say? Another interesting week here in Kenny's to Pennies land. So why don't I get started right away? First, I'm going to talk about another close but no cigar. I mean, that's the way I was thinking about this orange season until that big upset over Clemson. But then we go down to Miami, and boy, do we give the Hurricanes quite a tussle. For a while, I thought, you know what? Maybe we can beat this gang of convicts, which is what I like to say that Miami is on their home turf. But, of course, seems as though Dino Babers has us right there. Just right there. But we just can't get over the hump. But, you know, this team is a lot more competitive than what they have been. A good tussle, but it fell short of Miami. 27-19. But of course, now we got a week to prepare for the stretch that lays ahead. Yeah, we got a Florida State team up next in 2 weeks at Tallahassee. And they're kind of down this year. But you know, you never can count out the Seminoles. Then of course, we got Wake Forest, then Louisville, who's also down. But to end the season, Boston College. But Dino Babers has us playing better. It'll be an interesting last third of the season. So, I mean, there's still a chance that maybe we can go bowling for the first time in a few years. Will be exciting. But I'll say about the Buffalo Bills, this may not be your ordinary Buffalo Bills, the one we've gotten used to the last 17, 18 years. I mean, after that touchdown that not only Mike Evans did tiptoes, but took out a 13-wham reporter scored. I mean, I'm sitting there, and I'm just like my favorite character in Stroker Ace. You know the one, Harry Gant muttering, "Oh, hell, here we go again." I had seen this stuff for the last 18 years. I sit down at my cousin's surprise birthday party on Sunday, and I'm thinking, no, I've seen this before, we're gonna lose it again. But something happened when Sean McDermott came to town. This team has a little more fire, a little more competitiveness. In 3 plays, including a nice pass to newly acquired wide receiver Deontay Thompson. Hey, he's a nice find. Maybe it's time the ones for personnel for Buffalo find these other players that can step right in. And also that nice run by Shady to tie the score. And then the Tre'Davious White, who's been a big find for the Bills this year, the rookie cornerback, knocking the ball loose and recovering his own fumble that he caused. And next, Hauchka, trying to show another Excedrin headache type field goal that it seems as though I become accustomed to. Hell, I mean, it was 30-some yards, but hey, could you make it a little more, less exciting? Don't hook it like a bad golf shot down at Seneca Falls Country Club. You just snuck it right inside the upright. And what happens? These aren't the same old Bills. 30-27. A big win. And of course, we got the Raiders coming up. And the Raiders are almost like what we've been the last 18 years, except last year, the Raiders finally started playing good again. This'll be an exciting game, Bills fans. We'll see what happens. And I do have to give kudos to the Miners Academy football team. One of their better seasons in recent memory. Although I do have to say, this was a hard luck game to say the least. You were going against probably the number 1 Class C team in the state. East Rochester Ganando was too powerful. And speaking of the Raiders, the coach of East Rochester Gananda, who's retiring this year, coached the Rochester Raiders indoor football team years ago, of which I was part of the 8th Man fan club. So, there's another little thing for you. I was part of a fan club for an indoor football team. How about that? That included Mighty Mo Jackson. But getting back on the subject, it was fun while it lasted. Good job, Minders. Good job, Hunter Haas. Good job, R.J. Harrison and the rest of the Blue Devils. But it would have been a tall order. But of course, 42-13 was the final score. And of course, to Waterloo, it was another tall order for you. You had to take on Livonia. And I said to you, hey, kill them. But of course, those Bulldogs at the north end of Canisius Lake, they're all pumped up from that prime rib they eat from the Canisius Inn. Of course, the Canisius Inn hasn't been built yet. Rebuilt yet. But let's just say, hey, when you have those big, Truman cuts of prime rib, that'll build them up. Well, whatever. Nice run, Waterloo. Nice run, Minders. And of course, I have to give a shout out to the Waterloo girls volleyball team and its coach, Crystal. Don't call me Champagne Kent. And because they start their run towards a sectional title against Geneva this coming Thursday. Good luck to the Waterloo girls volleyball team. Now I'm going to say it's that time of year. The World Series is here. Yes, for the second time in their club's history, the Astros are going for the World Series title, beating the New York Yankees. Of course, most fans around here would love to hear John Sterling do his "The Yankees win." But, of course, he can't go, "The Yankees lose." Well, what can I say? You can't have it your way like at Burger King. But, the Astros are going for their first ever title, and for the first time in 30 years, the Dodgers are in the World Series. The one problem, though, it could be almost 100 degrees by the time the first pitch is thrown. Oh boy, does anybody have an AC hat? Does anybody have an AC uniform? Anybody at Chavez Ravine is going to be going like this. Oh hell, I expect it to be a good World Series. If you want to know who I want to win, I'm not saying. I'm kind of hoping that either team wins, because I remember those Dodgers of the 80s, and I remember Kirk Gibson's dramatic home run 30 years ago. Of course, the Astros have never won it. So I'm kind of wondering, do this for Craig Biggio, do this for Jeff Bagwell. We'll see what happens. And last but not least, Justin Timberlake apparently is going to be the halftime entertainment for the upcoming Super Bowl. But everybody's saying, "Justice for Janet, justice for Janet." Hey, we don't want to see another, quote, wardrobe malfunction, unquote. I think we had enough of Kilroy was here on the TV, don't you think? How you doing? Well, that's all of my rants for this week. I'm Ken Haas, and I'll see you on Halloween next week.